Okay, welcome to a video for Finding Voices podcast channel and for everyone else. Since we have Ayo here, Ayo Adesanya,
From stopholdingback.com.
yes, we wanted to talk about support system, how it works, and other subject if we have time.
Yeah. So the support system, what do you think it's all about, Alex?
I think support system is about exchanging knowledge and getting rid of many delusions we have about stuttering thing. So, for example, National Stuttering Association. The logo is if you stutter, you're not alone, right? And that's already getting rid of one delusion we have because we feel alone, and that's support. And then other aspects exchange information. On top of that, we start to mimicking each other. Oh, so this is how I self-actualizing in this situation. Oh, so this is how he approaches this. I can do it. I'll go there and do it. And that supports. Or like, I think this is such a big deal that like maintaining eye contact is impossible, like impossible. I cannot do it ever. You go to support group or support system and you see people doing it like, whoa, I can do it. There is other side which is like you see someone struggling and you already passed that stage. So you're like, okay, I'm not going back here because I see exactly what you're doing wrong.
Yeah, that's the trouble, isn't it? But the good support systems can help you a lot in a more than positive way. They can actually change your life if you find the right support system, the right group of people who have the same goal. I think your support group needs to have the same goal. Whether that be just accepting your stammer and not doing anything about it, or trying to overcome stammering. If you have the same goal, you're all aligned to the same aspiration, the support you get from that will benefit you more than just going to any of your support group, which there are too many different types of people who want different things. That could be counterproductive almost sometimes. Or what do you think?
I think interesting that you said people go to get to self-actualize a stutter or to
just to gain control. There's different goals.
Right. It's just, in my opinion, it kind of the same goal. It's just not everyone wants to label it as such. So, for example, I want to get rid of my stutter, but I'm not brave enough to tell it to myself. So I'll tell myself, well, okay, how about my first goal will be to take control, and then when I'm there, maybe I'll be brave enough so I can challenge stuttering, right?
Yeah.
And many people gain control. And when you're under the spell that it's all it is, you're fucked.
You are.
Because it's about control as well, but not only. It's about self-actualization and about not accepting it as someone told me, yeah. No, it's like, oh, it is what I am. Oh, it really is. And recognizing your personality as a stuttering personality.
Yeah.
Okay. Shit, I thought I was doing an interview again.
But the support system, the right support system is beneficial, man. Definitely. And if you ain't got support, overcoming your stutter is a lot harder. I think almost impossible. Just for me, I couldn't have come this far without people like Alex, Ramesh, Ruben Pillai, Tom Wheeler, Simon Bailey, key figures of people on my journey to fluency. I'm not afraid to say I want to be fluent, and I will be fluent. 100% money back guarantee. I am going to be fluent because I have the right intention and I believe so. It might take me a decade more, but I will get there eventually or make some massive headway towards that, no doubt in my mind. And I've made such headway in the space of 1 year with just this mentality of not giving up and not holding back and not letting what people who just want control say I can only have control. No, fuck off, mate. I'm going for fluency and I will be fluent. The people who are like that are the ones who are too pussy, too afraid to say they want more. Because they're holding back, they want you to hold back. Nah, mate, I'm not holding back. I'm gonna smash it. So you need to find the right support. Like Alex is my support, one of my key support. Ramash, because we all want the same thing. We all want fluency. We all want to smash life, and that's it.
All right. So can you really? Well, I wouldn't ask you if you couldn't make it to here without the support you might have.
I might have.
No. But like if for example right now, Maguire will kick you out, and they will, and they should, and they shouldn't. No. It's a big loss. I'm kidding. No one should, but you will. How are you afraid, like, to lose all this support system? Like, are you afraid?
Hey man, I've got my support, man. You're my support, man. Ramesh is my support. Chris Jackson, Simon Bailey, they're my support. It's very important you get the right support. Just not any support, man. So, I'm not losing. I feel like I'm not losing. Whatever happens, I've got you, I've got Ramash.
True.
All these old names I've mentioned over and over again, I've got these people. And they're the people I call. They're the people I talk to day to day. We have a WhatsApp group. We interact. That's my support. So, I don't care. I'm the boss. We're the boss.
Right. It's just so we established how important support is.
The right support is it?
Not
just any support.
Not just this fake support that many people are trying to provide, and to look good or to gain some credits. I don't know, but real support, right?
Real support matters, yeah.
If you would end up in a situation where you don't have access to any of your old network, like you would move into China when you don't have a Google and everything has been blocked, or North Korea, for example. So how you would what would you do?
Well, right now, yeah, I've built up this baseline mentality where no matter what happens, I can't go back to the way I was. So if I lost all my support, lost all my connection, obviously that's going to affect my speech, it's going to affect me. I might slip, but I will never go back to the way I was of fully holding back in life and not doing nothing for myself. Those days are dead and gone. I think you just have to self-accept the situation, moment by moment as it changes, accept it. And you just have to deal with it the best way you can. No one's perfect, no one's Superman or Superwoman. You got to do what you can and try not to slip.
Totally. And is there any hierarchy in support, or like should be any hierarchy in support system?
Depends on the reasons why. Everything starts with why you're doing it. So why do you need a hierarchy? You got to ask yourself, why do you need it? Is it for the benefit of the system, or is it to benefit individuals? Why?
Well,
it depends on your reason.
The most of the time people need hierarchy is that they don't want to deal with some problems, and they want to someone else to do it for them, and we choose those people who would do it for them, like politicians. it's not like I vote for those fuckers, but the idea is behind it is that people who we trust could do things for us. And the same with the stuttering hierarchy. There are some people who gain it. Some people gain it because people attracted to them. Like people look up to them. People see them as a role models. They can't help it. It's not their fault, but they move up into a hierarchy, and there are ways to get to levels of high hierarchy through achieving some things you can do. For example, becoming a coach.
Yeah.
Does that move you into support hierarchy? Maybe in Maguire system, yes. If you're a course instructor and you are not leading a support group, are you still course instructor? Or are you here to like on equal terms with us?
But that's the ego, isn't it?
Well, but ego is based on something. So his self-actualization might be as a course instructor, you know, and he can't get rid of it. Or where I was going, I think there is no such thing as a hierarchy in support. It shouldn't.
It shouldn't be.
It shouldn't be.
It should
We should be all equal.
But I guess there needs to be someone in charge or a level where you can go to or seek advice, or you can't just go to the next person who's just like you. They might give you the wrong advice
The thing is
and mess
that
you up.
right, but that happens naturally. We don't have to control it.
True.
We don't have to put rules on top of it.
I agree.
Right, so there are many coaches which are getting called from people, and everyone say, "Well, this guy helps me a lot. Call him." So
Exactly.
he gets more calls, you know, and then like after everyone tells everyone, "Oh, call this guy," you know, like he deserved it.
The natural order of things.
Natural
It's
order of
true.
things.
I 100% agree.
There are some messed up moments when a person is officially high in hierarchy, but no one wants to call him.
Yes.
And sometimes, because the system made this way, you have to call this fucker. Right? So and that brings extra unnecessary tension, and especially if this fucker possesses himself as the only source of real information. That called corruption.
Yeah, I can see that.
System corrupted you, and every thing, every system that has a pyramid hierarchy and the one person on top. Well, it's if it's a religious thing, you're in a cult.
Yes. Yes.
If you're in some politic establishment, that called empire. American Empire, Russian Empire, Maguire Empire, and
Starfish Empire.
Starfish Empire.
Stop holding back Empire.
Stop holding. No. And this is where it stops. No.
Yeah.
There is an alternative to that.
Yes.
And the alternative to that is what we do.
Yeah, what we're doing.
It's what we do. We getting support from different places. There is no one on top of us, and there is no one beneath us.
We're all the same.
All the same. It's kind of as a Buddhism. In a way, we see everyone as a new Buddha, which was totally equal to your Buddha. So it's a religion without being a religion, and this is how. This is the other side of a support system, which I benefit tremendously from unrepressed freedom of
Or you
speech.
can be yourself, innit?
When I can really exhale and be yourself.
You can curse. You can.
Yeah.
You can say things. No holding back, man.
I wanna be able to call my coaches and starter. You know, like I want to starter, and I want to be able to cancel my own poo technique. Like if person doesn't cancel or doesn't notice, yes, but give person a chance to improve himself. Okay, what else? Support groups, National National Stuttering Association, British Stammering Association.
You've got online support groups like Stuttering Community,
Yahoo, Skypes,
Facebook groups,
yes,
WhatsApp groups. I'm part of another WhatsApp group called Speech Easy. There's like 200 people, mostly from Asia. That's pretty good. So you can get support everywhere. Universities are good. If you're part of a university, set up your own stuttering support group. You know what I mean? Like, I stammer, man, every day. I have blocks every day. I might sound fluent now, but I stammer all the time. But you gotta be authentic, man. I try to be authentic. So when I'm having a block, I'm not trying to lose eye contact anymore. I'm not trying to run away or use a trick. I'm just staying with the block until it releases itself. Then I say the word. I've only just learned that recently again, but this time around I've learned it. I've actually understood it. Living an authentic life regardless of the consequences. That's my mantra, man. I think I told you that. It stuck with me. I don't know where I got it from, but I think I made it up. I'm not sure, but living an authentic life regardless of the consequences. So when I'm blocking, I remember that. Be authentic. So I just let the block. Block. And I feel so much better doing that than changing the word block for, I don't know, stop or changing it completely. Being authentic, man, it sets you free. I'm telling you, man.
Edgar Poe, not Edgar Poe. There is a phrase like this as well, a very famous one. Like, live your own life, everyone else's life's already occupied. So it's like, oh, why would you repeat something? But not, look, in terms of stuttering, we're repeating good experiences after each other.
Yeah.
So we have to give this exchange. But our authenticity somehow stays in front of us at that point before we really deal with it. Because yes, stuttering makes me special. Or funny how, right? Can be this. So yeah, but special, is it good? Fuck no. Unless I change my perspective. But when perception, yeah, and then I can actually make it good.
Yeah.
I can make myself be the only different person in the room from everyone else.
Yes.
And that gives me like power over people.
Yeah. I met like a wonderful woman called Jane. She's a clairvoyant, very into the spiritual side of things. I am very spiritual as well. I believe in all the several planes of existence, all that Jim Carrey stuff, where people think he's crazy, but I actually think he's enlightened. But anyway, she was talking to me about like, my stammer is a gift. The way she reframed it was like this: my stammer is a gift, and every time I block, every time I stumble, I'm teaching the listener a lesson in patience, a lesson in compassion, empathy. I'm teaching that person how to deal with me, and I'm learning from that experience also. So when I finish my block, I've learned something, the listeners learn something, more importantly, and they can go off. And if they meet another person who stammers, because they've had that experience with me, they might act a bit differently. So my stammer is a gift unto this world to teach people how to behave or how to act, how to be more better human beings. That's how she reframed it to me. And that one message, that one reframe has changed my whole perspective of stammering. So now when I block, I don't immediately think I have to use a trick, I have to look away, I have to tap my leg. I just think I'm teaching this person a lesson. I'm teaching myself how to be more patient, how to show compassion for myself. Let me just go to block and it will release and I will eventually get the word out. I swear to God, Alex, I'm not bullshitting, man. The way she put it to me just changed my life in that instant. Like, I owe my life to Jane. And I know we're not talking now, but I love you, man.
Right. So before you thought stuttering is something broken.
Not even that.
Something dysfunctional. But
I was coming to terms.
Right, but
I wasn't there, and she put me there.
Correct me if I'm wrong, right? So the way she changed your perspective is from being stuttering as being something unnatural. She changed it. The stuttering is there for a reason.
The reason why I stutter, man.
Okay.
Like a Moses.
Okay. Tell me, do you know the reasons why life exists?
Okay. My perspective is we are only here to observe and learn so we can ascend to the next plane. That's it.
Observe and learn. That's right.
That's it.
I kind of agree with it, but the way I think about like why all that, right? Like why life moving around. I think that it's a way of the universe can take a look at itself, right? By creating some eyes. But the way you can look at itself. Oh shit!
The way he's in a shot now.
The way you can look at itself is you have to create a different perspective, because if you're looking from your own perspective, all you see is a reflection in the mirror.
Yeah.
So you have to do something about it, and this is us. This is different perception on a maybe same part of a reality. So yes, your stuttering is for a reason to look at this thing from a different eyes, but maybe this eyes called irrational fears eyes, because there are people who are more fearful than you are, and you can see that those fears they're afraid of, they make no sense.
Yeah.
So maybe this is where we are at this stage. Like you put 100 rats in one place, one becomes psychotic.
One becomes psychotic, yeah.
Maybe we are this psychotic rat to show the others that it shouldn't be 100 rats in one place.
Yes, maybe. It's the same thing what Jane is saying. You're stammering for a reason.
Right.
But we're just not aware of that reason, so we blame ourselves, we hate ourselves. But and it could be all lies. That could not be the truth. That could be just her opinion. But it doesn't matter. Anyone can tell you a story. As long as you believe it's real to you, and that story can benefit your life or make it negative. You put meaning to everything. It depends on what you put meaning to it. It makes a difference, man. It doesn't matter what story someone tells you. You got to believe in it for it to work or not to work.
But psychotic mouse is not a problem. Psychotic mouse is a solution, because it's only a problem when it's alone, and then comes the second one, and then out of this 151 becomes psychotic. So and then that becomes the norm.
The norm.
And those fuckers who thought they were norm, they're not norm. They are so way behind everyone.
Exactly.
In the psycho processes.
Yes.
They are fucked, and they will never cope with what happened in future, and they will feel what we feel like right now. Yeah. Every single person will get there.
Because we are stronger, we are more sensitive. Apparently, we're more
Right.
empathetic, more compassionate. We're stronger. We're stronger in other areas than a lot of other human beings.
Exactly.
It doesn't make us good people. We have some people with stutter who are evil, but
Right.
in the general, we're stronger in a lot of ways than the average human being.
I think
Evil, strong, bad word, bad people.
I'm evil enough. You know, I know you are too. Yeah. So stuttering is the reason, but it's not really stuttering as we show it. It's effect of a reason. We have a reason, but the way it show itself to the world, it's show itself verbally through stuttering block, but it's not the reason of a problem. It's not even a problem. It's a result.
It's a result. It's a symptom. The physical overtness or silence, the blocking, is a symptom, right? It's not the root. The root starts from within. The root cause to your stammering is within.
So if we start to treat our symptoms, going nowhere.
Short term, you might fix it,
Yes.
but eventually you're going to end up in a swamp of
Yes.
self-pity, self-doubt, self-hate.
Yes. Placebo effect is real,
Placebo is real, man.
and it's a great thing, and it gives us this feeling of possibility of fluency.
What is placebo? Placebo is belief in something.
Placebo is
It's
yeah,
faith.
is
It shows you how powerful actually intention is. You intend this program to work, even though it doesn't work on a molecular. Is that how you pronounce it? Molecular level. It's not real, but because your thought process believes in it, it works for a time. It shows you, innit, how our personal belief, how powerful it is.
right. But our thought process is a linear process. We're thinking in words.
Mm.
So we are thinking in sentences,
Yeah,
in actually in a language,
in the language, yeah.
and this is not how everything thinks. This is not how our ego operates.
That's the limbic brain has no capacity for language. It deals with emotions, feelings.
Exactly.
Our neocortex is the new brain, what developed later on. That deals with logic. But it's our limbic brain which controls the ego. The
Yes.
ego is the limbic brain.
Right.
That's what I've learned recently, and it makes sense.
It makes total sense.
It makes total sense.
So we have to fix that. But is it? It's not a physical break, obviously. It's something that Mother Nature wants to show to itself.
Yes.
Okay, I will continue. Fuck it, let's wrap it up and.
Yeah, part 2, man.
Yeah, part 2 is coming up.
Yeah. That was great.
Oh, yeah. Bye for now. Thank you.
StartHoldingBack.com.
Ayo Adesanya. Yeah.
Bye for now.
Alexander Kuzmenko.